Hi everyone, it's me, John Whaite, and it is a pleasure to be back here on the Waitrose channel cooking up another storm with you today. I'm going to make a gorgeous halloumi baguette. This is kind of inspired by those Vietnamese classic banh mi sandwiches, which is a crispy baguette covered with pate, pickled veg, and I'm going to fill mine with halloumi. And really, this is one of those lunches that you have to just sit down, take an hour, and enjoy it bite by gentle bite, because it is that good, I promise you. And I'm not being falsely humble, it is good. Now, any sandwich is amplified and improved by pickled veg, and so I'm going to start off exactly there with pickled veg. Now, while you could try and make a tiny little portion of pickled veg, I don't know how many times I'm going to say pickled veg today, but pickled veg, pickled veg. While you could make one tiny portion of pickled veg, just enough for one sandwich, I think make a full batch of pickled veg, keep it in your fridge, and have it with cold cuts, with stews, whatever you want to oomph with some pickled veg, it's there ready to go. The veg I'm going to pickle is basically an onion, a carrot, and a couple of radishes. First of all, get everything peeled and prepared. And I don't ever throw my carrot peelings or my onion peelings away because I don't like food waste. I put them in a freezer bag or a pot and put them in the freezer. And then whenever I come to make a big pot of stock, every Sunday after a roast, you can put all those bits and bobs into the stock pot to make a glorious stock. Take the skin off my onion, which, let's face it, is the most dull job in the kitchen, I think, isn't it, peeling an onion? And whenever you're in a rush, which I constantly am, it's always the case that it's an unruly onion, isn't it, that doesn't want to be peeled. But I'll not be defeated by an onion. Okay, I'm going to grate the carrot. You could slice everything up if you wanted to and have it more of a chunky kind of pickle, but I like a smaller crunchy pickle, so I grate everything. Now just be careful of your finger ends when you reach the final piece of carrot. And same with the onion too, I don't bother to slice it, I just grate it. And if you love this pickle so much that you want an abundant supply in your fridge, you could triple it, quadruple it, 5 times it. I don't know what the word for 5 times is, but you could 5 times it if you wanted to. How long until I start crying from this onion? Place your bets now. Ah! It got me, it got me. So that's my onion and my carrot. You could grate the radish as well, but they're a little bit too puny for that, so I just slice them finely and delicately. Cut the whole thing in half to give it a base so it doesn't wobble and rock around. And then just rock the knife, baby. Just a few more radishes to do. That is BAFTA winning radish slicing. So that's the veg, all grated and delicately sliced. But you can't have a pickle without a pickle liquor. I feel like I'm speaking in riddles. So for the pickle liquor, sorry, I'll try and stop saying it like that, but you can't help it, pickle liquor. I'm gonna put some sugar into a pan, the pickle liquor pan, if you will, along with some vinegar. I use cider vinegar, but you could equally use white wine vinegar, you could use white vinegar, red vinegar, whatever vinegar you've got lurking around the house. You could experiment with vinegars. In fact, I wanna know, what vinegar would you use in your pickle liquor? And if you want the full recipe for this sandwich, you can get it by clicking the link in the video description. And just to soften the pickle liquor a little bit, a drop of water. But you could equally use a bit of orange juice or apple juice just to oomph that flavour up, whatever you fancy. And all I need to do now is just bring this to a boil. Now I intend to keep this pickle in the fridge, so I'm going to decant all my veg here into a clean, sterilised jar. I'll start by mixing it up, so there's a bit of onion there, a bit of carrot here, a bit of radish over there as well. And then once it's well mixed, I can just decant it into my jar. And if you wanted to experiment with your pickle liquor, you could also infuse it with some dried spices. Star anise is beautiful, dried cumin, coriander seeds, nigella seeds are amazing in pickle. So feel free to get fruity and fabulous with your pickle. So this has come to a boil now, and all I need to do is pour the pickle liquor onto the pickle vegetables. So straight into the jar. Oh, the satisfying amount, exactly right. You'd think I'd planned this. So before I pop this in the fridge, I'm just gonna make sure that it comes to room temperature and then place it in the fridge, and there it shall stay until I want some pickle. So the pickled veg is chilling, and I'm now gonna make the halloumi. Well, I'm not gonna make the halloumi because I don't have time and I don't even know how to make it, but I am gonna fry some ready-made halloumi. So I would say about 80 grams of halloumi is perfect for this, which between 3 or 4 slices, neither thick nor thin slices, just whatever size slice you fancy. Beautiful. I've got my pan getting nice and hot over here. I'm gonna add just a drop of oil, not too much, no more than a teaspoon, and let the oil get hot in the pan. And once the oil's hot, I'm gonna fry my halloumi. Perfect sound. If you don't hear that sound when you put your halloumi in the pan, whip it out and let it get hot. So once they're golden on the underside, I'm going to flip them over and fry them on the other side. Look at that, it's like leopard print. Bang on trend, this halloumi. Once the halloumi has got that trendy, stylish leopard print pattern, I'm just going to whip it out of the pan and put it on my chopping board. So I've got here the Bake at Home baguette. I've just baked it to package instruction and let it cool just until it's hot enough to handle. And now I can assemble what is definitely the best sandwich I've ever eaten. So rather than slice it down its side like you would if you were making a sub, I'm going to slice it from the top down as though you were filling it with a hot dog. Perfect. Oh, crispy and just warm. So you can't have a banh mi style sandwich without a generous helping of pate on the sandwich. Now, halloumi obviously is vegetarian. Pate generally isn't, but if you wanted to make a fully veggie version, just use a veggie pate, a mushroom pate, and then you've got the perfect sandwich for everyone. Beautiful, soft, moussey, meaty pate. Oh, I love pate. We always have it at a Christmas buffet. On with some mayonnaise. That'll do. I'm trying not to dribble with this. On with the halloumi, and if you want to, you can just pull it in half like that, just so it goes a little bit further. Oh, it's still warm. Oh dear, there's a piece left over. Can you hear it squeaking? Mustn't forget that pickle. So the pickle is perfectly chilled and in its little storage jar, and I just take what I need, and the rest goes back in the fridge for another day, or tonight. I do like quite a decent serving of this pickle on my sandwich because it's crunchy, it's slightly sweet, it's sour, but you put as much or as little on as you like. Look at that beautiful pink and orange. Stunning. If you're not a fan of radish and carrots, that's fine. You could pickle cucumber. If it's a vegetable, you can pickle it. What would you pickle? Let me know in the comments. Tell me about your pickling fantasies. I just need to finish this now with a little bit of spice. If you don't like it too hot, just leave this out, put less on. You do you. Sandwiches are customizable. Oh, I love that fruity, peppery smell of a chili. And then to finish this, I'm gonna add a few little bits of fresh coriander. Now I know coriander is a polarizing herb. Some people love it, some people hate it with all their might. If you don't like coriander, let me know what you'd use instead. And you might think, oh, that's a big bush of coriander, and it is, and I'm not gonna use it all, but what I do is I keep it in a little glass of cold water, keep it in the fridge just like that, and it'll last for a week, maybe more. Then you can just chop what you need. And don't forget, coriander stalks have got so much flavor as well. So when you've used the leaves, put the stalk in the freezer. And if you come to make maybe a Thai-inspired curry paste, you can blitz them into a curry paste. It's gorgeous. Everything's on, I just need to fold it up and start nibbling on it. Isn't it beautiful? It's like a work of art. Now, what do you think about that? The most incredible halloumi banh mi style sandwich imaginable. I'm gonna go and eat this. While I do, hit that notification bell, click the subscribe button, and before you know it, I'll be back with another fabulous recipe. But for now, I've got a date with this.